There are plenty of videos out there that summarize The Last of Us 2. They talk about what they liked, disliked, and the rating that they would give it. But I haven't found a video where they break down the characters, which when you do, you can see that the sole purpose of The Last of Us 2 is to destroy and replace everything from The Last of Us 1. What we mainly see on Ellie's 3-day quest is something along the lines of retaliation, hatred, selfishness. It focuses on negative traits. Abby, on the other hand, is all about character growth. Her story goes from being a dedicated soldier to showing compassion to others. Abby's 3-day quest revolves around responsibility, love, sympathy, so it focuses on positive traits. It's noticeable that the plot of the story is written to make Ellie the less likable character by focusing on her hatred, while Abby, despite of her early actions, is introduced as a more relatable character that has good in her. Naughty Dog does this by using a very simple technique of manipulation, which is perspective. Ellie's story begins with wanting revenge, while Abby's story begins with her completing her revenge. We never witness the hatred she has inside until she gets to Joel. Throughout the story, you only get hints of the obsession she had to kill him and how she was willing to do anything to make it happen.
We can't miss training.
Really? Not even just for one night?
No. I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. Talk to me.
I know all the leads have dried up. But Joel's still out there, you know?
What can I do?
Let's go back. We can still make training.
You should blow off training tonight. Abby, when the moon comes
I
out...
found Joel's brother. He's at a settlement out in Wyoming.
How do you know that?
The Fireflies who served with him got picked up at the wall.
Have these guys heard from him since?
It's a lead. I gotta see it through.
Did you tell the others?
Everyone's on board. Mel included. Hey. We're doing this together, right?
Of course. It's a lot of people.
We can figure it out.
Okay. Assuming he's in there, how do we get to him?
We can corner one of the patrols and get confirmation, and then, I don't know, maybe find a way to lure him out.
Yeah, okay. I'm sure they'll be happy to offer that information up.
Well, then we make them.
You hear yourself?
Okay, what do you want to do?
Mel's pregnant. And everyone else sees this, they're gonna want to turn back.
We can convince him, right? I fucking knew I couldn't count on you.
Abby, I want what you want. But not at any cost. Hey.
Don't! Fuck it.
We gotta get out of here before the whole town's on top of us. You're done.
You want what I want, right?
End it. Now.
As for Ellie, we see her blinded by revenge right from the get-go and continuously choosing a darker path without showing much care about her friends.
To have the guys that we would need to do this smart, we'd be leaving Jackson vulnerable.
So they just get to get away with this? You know what? I'm leaving tomorrow. And if you want to come with me, great.
You have no idea what you're walking into. You don't know how large that group is, how armed.
I don't care.
Well, she's dead. How do you feel?
I'm pissed we couldn't talk to her.
Yeah. But she didn't hurt Joel. It would have been pretty fucked up to make her talk.
She traveled hundreds of miles to torture him. I don't care whether she held the club or not.
Shit.
I think I'm pregnant.
How long have you known? We could have still turned back.
I didn't know.
I wasn't sure, okay? I didn't want to be a burden.
Well, you're a burden now, aren't you?
We can get to the marina through here.
No, we're taking their boat.
You heard them, right? They're talking about Tommy.
We don't know that.
Who else is it gonna be?
We just
What if
fall.
he's in trouble?
He can take care of himself.
Jesus Christ.
The best way to help Tommy is to go after Abby. You do this, I'm not saving your ass again.
Despite how both characters are presented to us, we can see that their motivation for vengeance was no different from each other. In the end, both put their mission above their friends, and both left alone once nobody followed. Someone may argue that Ellie went after Abby's friends, which is not a lie. She was following a lead, just the same way Abby was planning on getting Tommy to talk. The difference is, Abby was lucky that Joel arrived, and he also surrendered himself to the group. They both still killed each other's friends, but granted, it was kind of in self-defense, and it could have been avoided if there was cooperation. Abby and Ellie are two sides of the same coin, only that it was written to land on Abby's favor. If we compare main events, we see the Doctor and Joel on top, the fathers. Then we have Abby and Ellie, the daughters. And final, Lev, which doesn't play a role until later. Joel kills the Doctor in order to save Ellie. That sends Abby into this single-minded pursuit for vengeance. She joins another militia group, starts training as a soldier, gains a muscular physique, gets good at everything in combat, which is noticeable to her superiors, and gets promoted to higher ranks. The hatred for Joel is her motivation, and as much as people want to complain about her muscles, they're actually a representation of how much hatred she has built inside of her. Abby kills Joel to avenge her dad. That gets Ellie obsessed with revenge and throws everything away in order to find Abby. There is no character growth for her in this game. That's it. Vengeance. All she sees is red. Sure, they touch on her love life, but we only see that when Dina's around. If she's not, then it's all murder. If we rearrange our little family tree, we now have Abby and Joel on top. Of course, we can't say they're both father figures, but they do take someone under their wing. Abby has Lev, and Joel has Ellie. They both go into a survival adventure, slowly open up to each other, and have bonding moments. The Abby and Lev story is almost like a rewritten experience of what we had with Joel and Ellie. Which raises the question, why? There is no Joel. Ellie is left with nothing. Those two characters have come to an end. The Last of Us 1 story is destroyed. The only thing that we can argue is that Ellie is still a big part of the story because she's the key to creating a cure. She's the only one immune.
Let's go.
Hey, where's Abby? She's bit! She's bit!
Keep back.
Hey, don't put that fucking thing in me!
Hey.
When we find Abby, she's completely changed. Not just physically, but emotionally. We're shown that this Abby is not the same one from the beginning. This one no longer has hatred, hence the muscles now being gone. We see her worry about Lev, and she's completely done fighting with Ellie. She's ready to move on. Now it's all about her and Lev finding the new Fireflies. But in that entire scene, she never showed any type of signs that the bite is affecting her. It looks like she's been out there for days, and it really doesn't take a long time for people to start showing side effects after being exposed. What if Abby's dad knew all along she was immune, but couldn't get through the thought of sacrificing her? Which leads me to my final conclusion. The whole point for The Last of Us 2 was to destroy The Last of Us 1. They brought the whole Joel and Ellie storyline to an end, highlighted on negative traits possibly to break our bonds with them, and replaced them with Abby and Lev. Take us through a similar survival adventure, and hopefully we bond with them. If they decide to bring us The Last of Us 3, I can almost guarantee you that the story will pick up with Abby and Lev now, and that is quite disappointing to a lot of us. The Last of Us 2 had so much potential, perfect in so many ways, but then it makes a crazy 180 in the middle of the game. Honestly, I didn't even hate the idea of Joel being killed. I didn't think it happened too early or thought it wasn't a good way to kill him. Nothing. I agreed with the entire scene. Granted, it was a rough scene, it filled me with a lot of hate, but it quickly set the narrative and pulled me in emotionally because one of the characters that I loved just got murdered. The story could have still unfolded the same. Lev could have still been introduced. The Fireflies regrouping could have still been discovered, all in the storyline of Ellie. Of course, Abby would be the villain for killing Joel, but she would still have a big role in the story, pushing guilt into Ellie that because she's alive, a cure has not been made and everyone's dying. That would set the plot for The Last of Us 3. Ellie and Lev looking for the new Fireflies in order to sacrifice and finally create a vaccine. A sacrifice we don't want, but that the story deserves. Hopefully you did enjoy this video. Of course, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you disagree with anything that I said, I am very curious as to what you have to say, and also the people that don't agree with you. If you did enjoy this video, hit the like button to show your support, share it with others, and I'll see you next time.